Things aren't always what they seem. Sometimes people will listen to another individual and assume that that person be right without doing research. If you are on this life platform, meaning we're all living, we're all growing, we're all experiencing this game called life. Are we playing it correctly? Because if you're looking at it as a game, are you playing it? Here's the deal. There's a bully, and the bully might go ahead and throw dirt on people's names. He's only or she's only throwing dirt on that person's name so that you don't look at that individual. While you're not looking at that individual and taking their word as fact, when that day comes where everyone's being judged, you're going to be judged upon that as well. A young lady was asked to come to an event, and she went to the event. She had a wonderful time. She was happy being around her family. And then a specific person stepped into the room. She thought to herself, okay, no problem. When she went back to the family's house, that same individual was now in the house. It was a promise that was made. The young lady's relatives said, look, I need you to do one thing, and one thing only. Promise me you'll do this. Stay there at the house. So the woman stayed there at the house. And while staying at the house, she felt very uncomfortable because there was a spirit that kept on telling her, it's time to go. She said, man, I'm around my family. No, it's time to go. So the next morning, she packed up and she left. Spirit showed her the fireworks that would have happened had she stayed. When God is calling, you need to listen. You might not understand why it is that he's giving you this message, why he's putting you in this position. No, it's not for you to understand. It's time for you to listen. We are all given a job. We are all given a position. Like the football team. You're going to be the quarterback? Who's going to be the person carrying the ball? Who's going to be the kicker? Who's going to be the one to help them gain the notoriety and win the game? It's so important that we look at our positions in life. There are going to be many people called, but there's only going to be certain individuals chosen to do the job. Now it's funny because God gives us all different gifts, and he'll put us in a family and he'll put us in plain sight. But people will use and abuse that individual and not realize why God sent that person in. Because later on when the glory comes, everybody want to be with the person. Everybody want to hang out and enjoy the good times. But the hard times, the times when you are needed, are you there? It is most important that you look at your position on this football team called family. There's always going to be certain things that are going to happen. What position are you going to play? Are you going to be the support system? Are you going to be the running back? Which position are you going to play? Now, when God tells you to do something, regardless of what's going on in that football field, you must do it. If you so choose not to do it, you end up learning a hard lesson. Not a lesson that all of us are willing to take on. But it's important that you look at yourself, evaluate, stop judging everybody else, start looking at your own position. What position are you playing and how are you playing it? Like the Game of Life and How to Play It, that book, excellent book. You might want to read it. It is important that you look at yourself and say, okay, you know what? Regardless of what's going on around me, I need to be in self-love. I need to look at myself. I need to evaluate and figure out where I am going and where I am. There's a lot of people who say, oh, what kind of job she got? What's she doing? Whatever. You can point fingers, throw stones, judge, but you don't know where God is taking me, nor do I know where God is taking you. So be quick to judge and be judged.